I'm really proud of the guys, and I stood here last night, and I thought the game was a yawner last night, other than the third period. It was a yawner. This one was a total opposite. This was a heck of a hockey game. It was great from the players' bench. I'm sure it was good in the press box, Jared, Tyler, and it was great in the stands. It was a battle. There was not a lot of easy ice. I thought our guys played a strong 60 minutes of hockey. And again, came from behind. Big power play goal by Eric Martin right there. I was big on that 5-on-3. And they manufactured that goal. And, of course, Funker getting that game winner. Funker's just been money on his breakaways. And I just thought he was a stud tonight. I thought he's hard to handle. He's 6'3". He's got good speed. He's hard to handle. And, it was just, I'm really proud of the guys. It was, Tyler, again, for last night, again, I was just like, holy moly, but, we got the 2 points last night, but this one, it was hard fought both ways. It was just a good hockey game. Two good teams, competing and fighting, and, we played to who's going to win the weekend. We talked about winning the weekend last night, and that's what this game was about tonight.
I want to ask you a little bit more about Funk, because you look at him, the big frame, big kid. I think he takes people by surprise with how much skill he has, and I think that was on display again tonight and this whole weekend.
I'm with you, Jared. Like he's sneaky skilled, and again, got good speed. He's just a handful, and he's got good hockey sense. And it's a good midsummer acquisition right there. That's for sure. And he's been, and the one thing about Funker. Every night you're getting the same effort, you're getting the same play every night. You guys are watching the same games I am. So every night you're getting the same effort out of them.
In a game like this where both teams are just so defensively stout, and it feels like you kind of need a break to go your way. And I think that break was the 5-on-3. So how important was it to cash in on that chance?
Again, we don't have a crystal ball. But it's deflating when you don't get on a 5. You're down 1-0. You get a 5-on-3, and it's an extended 5-on-3. I mean, what was it? A minute 30, minute 25,
minute 18.
Minute 18. There you go. And so you got an extended 5-on-3. You want to cash in on, and at the end of the second period, we were disjointed. And, the play we were supposed to run, it wasn't even close to the X and O's that we're putting on the old whiteboard right there. So, but again, the guys manufactured that themselves, and that's one thing too. Sometimes we can overcoach, and those guys, they manufacture that, and they've got a cross seam, and and Marty, it was a heck of a one-timer.
Does having that intermission break, it's kind of splitting up the power play when it is disjointed, give your guys a chance to reset and realign things for that 5-on-3?
Yeah, I think so. Do you know what helps? Having good ice.
Yeah.
I think it helps the biggest thing is having good ice right there. Who knows if you can go, if you can make those horizontal passes. Sometimes, again, at the end of the period, you do have to keep it pretty simple at the end of the period right there. Maybe more of a little bit of a shooting 5-on-3. And then, of course, when you have the good ice, you have a little bit more, availability to make that play. But yeah, I think it helps a little bit. We didn't really drop much right there though. So we just wanted to go into a simple box and just kind of play from there. And the guys actually, sometimes you just got to play hockey, and they played hockey.
This is a big 5 points against one of those teams that's going to be right there at the end of it. How important was it to get all 3 tonight in regulation?
It's important. I mean, 5 points is a big weekend, 5 out of 6, and we've had a hard time. I mean, we've been split city. You got to win the weekend, guys. Like I said last night, you got to win the weekend. And how you win the weekend, you got to get 4, 5, or 6. And you'll take 4. If you could get 4 every weekend, you're going to win the league. But that's what I'm saying. You got to win when you win weekends, that's how you climb the standings. If you don't win weekends, there's a lot of status quo because there's a lot of splits. So, it's our first time that we've, who's kidding who? It was our first weekend where we got more than 3 points. So, we needed to, obviously, again, we needed to move up a little bit. We needed to move our elevator up a little bit.
You were a little snake bitten this weekend until that breakaway goal. I think you had 2 of them go off the knob of the stick last night. You had a breakaway in OT last night that hit the glove. You had a breakaway in the first period this one. So how good did it feel to finally convert on one of those chances?
Yeah, it was just that play. Randy gets it, and I just have that one guy to beat, and I get ahead of him, and he puts it in a great spot. and I get a little bit of space in between us. And I'm just thinking, like, I got to mix it up a little bit as I'm going down. I think I tried a couple too many backhands maybe this weekend, and it's worked in the past. It's just, I think he cheated almost backhand, like I was going to do it again because he stopped me in the first. I just saw a spot and hit it.
So when you're on a breakaway, is that thought process going through your head? Like, I've tried backhand 3-4 times this weekend. It hasn't worked. Like, let's try something new.
Yeah, I think every guy has like their kind of go-tos. Like everybody's got a few, I'd say. And I obviously that Minnesota one, it worked. And I tried again today in the first there. Great pass from Flameng, and he came across me a nice save, and I just thought I got to mix it up, and it worked out.
How big was it getting that power play goal there to even things up right at the start of the third?
Oh, it was huge. We went into the intermission, and we obviously down a goal, but we were playing good hockey tonight, and we knew if we just stuck with it, and we had a chance early on in that 5-on-3 to get one, and great play by those guys and great finish by Marty.
It was one of those games, too, where it seemed like real high-danger chances were tough to come by for both teams. Whether it was good goaltending, good D, right? So when it is tough to get those chances, what's kind of the mindset on the bench to finally push through?
Yeah, you're spot on with that, because like that one in the first, I think I was a little mentally not great with myself because I realized like we're not going to get a lot of chances tonight. It was tight, and both teams were playing it tight. So you just bearing down on those chances and finding a way to put it in. It's very important to when you need to win these games.
You're on the power play, and there was a couple of power play goals this weekend, and it's a group that's really kind of forming, rounding into its own. What's working so well on the man advantage right now? Yeah,
I think that other unit's really moving the puck around and getting shots through, and we're following suit. I think just getting shots to the net and getting traffic, like that's where all the goals are, and we don't need to be perfect, and we're just finding ways to get pucks on net, and they're going in.
Felt like this weekend, especially the forwards, and with that forward check, you guys got back to that identity of what you guys want to play. And did that kind of trickle out of that Minnesota series where you found your identity a little bit on Saturday? Yeah,
100%. Like we talked about it all week. And yesterday we didn't come out very well, and I think Coach said it yesterday, and it was pretty obvious. But that third period, we took it to them, and we really played our game, and that's Beaver hockey. Outworking them, putting it behind them, and going to work, and we did that all night tonight, and it paid off.
And just how big is it to get 5 points against these guys at this point in the year?
Oh, it's huge. You just bank them, and then when February, March comes around, you don't have to worry about that, and you did your job in November, and you just keep rolling with it.
All right, that was a big one there to start the third. Walk me through what you saw on that power play.
We kind of just talked in the intermission, that we kind of got to simplify things and just get pucks on net. I mean, 5-on-3. I don't know if it was on the 5-on-4 or the 5-on-3, but
5-on-3.
Was it? Okay, yeah. So, Vince was just telling us simplify things and, just shoot pucks on net. And, I mean, Issa made a hell of a play across seam there and then just finished it off.
You mentioned Issa because he's a freshman quarterbacking this power play, and it seems like he's kind of growing into that role pretty well. How have you seen that growth that he's made so far this year?
I mean, he's a confident kid. He's got all the tools. I mean, such a good skater. Like, just moves the puck well. He just does everything, and even for like a small guy, he defends really well too. He plays a 200-foot game. He's not shy to throw his body around, and to see a freshman like that come in here and have that big of an impact is not something that happens a lot. So, just super proud of him, and, the boys love seeing that.
You mentioned that the power play was split up by the intermission, and it looked a little out of sorts in that second period. How big was it just to get at that intermission to reset, going out for another 30 seconds of 5-on-3?
No, 100%. And, I mean, just getting the clean ice, too, makes a huge difference, too, So, just Vince came in, we had a little meeting, we talked about things, and, he gave us a plan, and we went out there and did it.
You've been here for quite a while, a lot of these games against St. Thomas, and you guys have had a lot of success against this team, where a lot of teams can't say that. What's led to so much success over St. Thomas in your time here?
If I'm being honest, I have no clue. Because you're right. I mean, they're a great team. Like, there's no denying that. I mean, we've seen that the last year and a half, 2 years, and I don't know. It kind of just seems like we got their number at this point. And I mean, they put up a great battle both nights. It could have went either way both nights. So, I mean, I don't know. Hopefully we keep riding that.
Yeah, and 5 points. It doesn't matter if it's St. Thomas, Lake State, Ferris State, whoever, right? 5 points in this league is a good weekend. Just how important is it to get 5 points this weekend as you go back out of CCHA play next weekend?
No, it's definitely something that we talked about this morning in our meeting. I mean, we haven't had a sweep all year yet. You know, it seems like we've been splitting most weekends. So just to finally get that, you know, obviously 6 would have been nice, but can never be angry about getting 5 points on a weekend. So, I mean, you know, Tom talked about how we don't want to look back in a couple of weeks, you know, or in January, February, and be like, we wish could have got a couple more points there. So, you know, to get that kind of sweep early in the year like that's actually really massive for us.
To get 5 points this weekend too, in this month, right? This month has been brutal for you guys. It's the hardest month that you guys will play all year. And what does that do for confidence-wise, morale-wise in the locker room to get a big weekend going into another really big weekend?
Yeah, I mean, our out-of-conference schedule this month's, like you said, it's pretty crazy. So, I mean, just to get this sweep like that earlier in the year, and then, you know, we got North Dakota next weekend. We know that's not going to be easy. So just kind of riding that momentum into next weekend's huge, and then just taking that with us the rest of the year.